Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from the Superdome. This will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Now we see quarterback Drew Brees and his New Orleans offense set to go on attack here for the first time.
Total relentlessness of consistency, almost like a machine. If you watch him in practice, after every throw, he resets his feet, visualizes all the other options on a play. So if he has to do it in a game, it's already there, has the muscle memory. I start calling him AI for artificial intelligence. Whatever a defense does during a game, he absorbs it and then uses it against them as the game moves on.
On 2nd and 9, Brees steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Looking long for Thomas. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Xavier Howard on the coverage.
Brees leaves this one with Kamara. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 22 yards there, a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. Touchdown, New Orleans! Michael Thomas, 32 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said, better team at home should steamroll them. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Jakeem Grant on the return. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now it's a bootleg with Fitzpatrick. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he'll be out of bounds. And give him a full 10 yards there. 2nd and goal.
A 10-yard pickup. It's 2nd and goal.
To throw is Fitzpatrick. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but That's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
What's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all weekend.
Emmanuel Sanders. He's at the 40. Past the 20.
Do what we do. Do what we do.
Touchdown, New Orleans. Drew Brees, his second touchdown pass here in the opening quarter of this game. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, punt the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is Jakeem Grant. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kiko Alonso gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far.
Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
After that play, I think we know one quarterback will be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal here.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And the Saints are going to be set up with a first and goal. As a nice run there gets him down to the 6-yard line.
In on the tackle.
So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Drew Brees to Michael Thomas. And the Saints add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Here comes Grant on the return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Grant on the return.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go around. Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
Fitzpatrick on the heel.
And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was it 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration. Hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
That's good for a Saints.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
I'd have to say we're all a little bit surprised there because at his age, with his speed, or should I say lack thereof, the only rushing touchdowns I would expect are on quarterback sneaks, but here he found all of his guys covered and he said, why not? And by the way, if that doesn't fire up your team to see the veteran like that risking his body for the touchdown, I don't know what will.
Wants to try to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them, and plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays left. Pay dirt.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Grant sets to return it. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Miami set to take over. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. To throw, Fitzpatrick. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. But now it'll be 3rd down.
On the coverage.
First throw now for the backup Tua Tagovailoa. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
It's time to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. They'll run it with Kamara. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a safe touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Saints just continue to roll.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The return man is Grant. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. You call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Tua, a give. This is Howard. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. That second down play nets a -4.
This defense is really fooling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided there's a time to be aggressive. Now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and now it's 2nd down.
Xavier Howard on the coverage.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. That's Alvin Kamara with a grab from Drew Brees. And this offense continues to pour it on. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Here comes Grant on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Returns. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun, escaping the pressure right, and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away at 2nd down.
Malcolm Jenkins on the coverage.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin 1st. So we've reached halftime here in what is... And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they? And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Malcolm Brown picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up 3rd. Back near his goal line, here's Tua. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Drew Brees. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
gets a look to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 19.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Ball carrier.
No gain on that one, is it? Brings up a 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Tua. He's airing it out for Williams. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to go up top again. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Well, look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football, but right now they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they...
He's got it! Touchdown, Dolphins! Albert Wilson there to make the grab, and the Dolphins gain a bit of respectability. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback, but, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is not going to make it to the end zone. And that's pretty reflective of their game as a whole, as they'll remain down by a bundle.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When they'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake.
Take over first.
Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They run it again with Kamara. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner.
And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. After the turnover, it's Tua. Dancing to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Tunga Vailoa.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, 28 yards. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. So they get one score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. On the return, Deontay Harris. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. He'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
Flush to his right. And now Breeze lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game, and when you've got an opportunity to hop on it.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off Byron Jones. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Sanders now to add the extra point. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Game offense.
No.
Sanders on for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this is caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you,
What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
This will make it into the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out, and no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how.
And Breeze is intercepted for a third time. Picked off Byron Jones. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we we get the passing game going, so big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Second and 2.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Sanders now to add the extra point. Well, that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's Harris to return it. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A gain there of 21 yards. Continuing to keep their foot on the gas, and it looks like they're just having fun out there. They're loose, they're free, and they're enjoying what the scoreboard looks like.
I'd have to say I agree with you totally. They're having a blast out there all game long. When they throw the football, they're picking up nice chunks of real estate, significant yardage on just about every throw that they make. And there's another one there, and they continue to have that fun that you just talked about.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
There he goes, right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might have whipped out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Looks good on the extra point. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Grant sets to return it. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. Room to run at the 50. Jakeem Grant. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Sanders on for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. They're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Breeze is looking to throw. His throw incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's 2nd down.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
And his pass is intercepted for the football. The ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something, double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards. Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Tua sets up to pass it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Adam Shaheen, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And thanks to the interception, the Dolphins offense cashes in with 6. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this carries into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First and 10.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 23-yard.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves.